Julia is getting a bit paranoid. I am Chris with the Joshi Wrestling Recap for Stardom March 13th, 2022, available on Stardom World. This was a good show that was headlined with an Artist of Stardom Trios Championship match that was much better than I was expecting. There was also another crack in Donald Del Mondo that appeared, adding more spice to the upcoming World of Stardom Championship match on the 26th. This was a single camera show with no commentary. We opened with a fun comedy three-way match between Mina Shirakawa, Momo Kogo, and Fukigen Death. Almost any match with Fukigen Death turns into a comedy match, and this was no exception, but it also had spots I had not seen before. The first fun spot I want to highlight is when Mina Shirakawa had Momo Kogo in an arm wringer, and Fukigen Death put Mina in an arm wringer also. And whenever Fukigen Death pulled on Mina's arm, Mina would pull on Momo's arm, creating an arm wringer wave. That was kind of fun to see. The second spot that I laughed at was when Mina Shirakawa had Momo Kogo in a figure 4 leg lock, and Fukigen Death just casually walked over reading the newspaper. Fukigen then flipped over the leg lock, so the pressure was on Mina now, and proceeded to sit on Momo Kogo while still reading the paper. As for the finish, after Momo Kogo got Fukigen Death out of the ring with a top rope dropkick, Mina Shirakawa hit Momo with a spinning back fist, and she followed that with an implant DDT for the pinfall win. Just a fun little match to open the show. The tone of the second match of the card was much different than the first match. This was a singles match between Unagi Sayaka and Mei Sakurai. This was a more serious affair. Cosmic Angels had been feuding with Julia and Donald Del Mondo after Mei Sakurai defected. Throughout the match, it kind of felt like Unagi didn't really take Mei seriously, using less of casual boost to face of Mei Sakurai during the match. Unagi not taking Mei Sakurai seriously did cost her at points in the match though, and Mei was able to string together some offense against Unagi. It felt like Unagi Sayaka may be on the verge of losing the match. She decided to finish it. After a face buster, Unagi hit Mei with her version of the Sister Abigail, the Gyumon Toppa, and got the 3 count. Unagi Sayaka got on the mic after the match and said that Mei Sakurai's betrayal has changed Waka Tsukiyama, and she has the eyes and the body of a wrestler now. Unagi also wants Mei to hold on and get stronger so they can fight again. The next match was a tag match, Azumi with Miyu Anasaki versus Tam Nakano and Waka Tsukiyama. A match of veterans with rookies. This was a good match, but almost any match with Azumi and Tam Nakano in it would be good. Waka Tsukiyama did validate Unagi's promo from the previous match and came to the ring looking serious. Mei Sakurai made Waka lose her smile. Tam Nakano and Miyu Anasaki started for their teams with some basic holds and wrist locks. Tam followed that with a shoulder tackle and a delayed body slam. Waka was tagged in, hit some moves on Miyu, and tagged back out pretty quick. Miyu Anasaki was isolated for a while until she was able to hit Tam Nakano with a DDT and tagged in Azumi. Azumi was in for the rest of the match from that point on. You can tell they are bringing up the rookie Miyu up slowly in the ring at the vets. Her first match was against Utami Hayashishida, her second Starlight Kid, and this match was Tam Nakano. The time in the match for Miyu versus Waka was only a few seconds. Azumi brought out some cool moves to take on both Tam Nakano and Waka Tsukiyama at the same time. Azumi did give Waka a lot in the match, but she never really felt in danger. Once Miyu Anasaki dealt with Tam run-in with her cool jumping sit-out facebuster with the splits, Azumi put Waka away with a top corner double stomp for the 3 count and victory. The fourth match on the card was a big 5v5 Ototai vs Stars battle. For Ototai, we had Starlight Kid, Momo Watanabe, Harina, Saki Kashima, and Uruaka. Stars was Mei Iwatani, Hanan, Kaguma, Saya Ida, and Hazuki. This was a fast and action-packed match that I enjoyed, and was a preview match for the future of Stardom belts between Hanan and Rina, and also the Goddess of Stardom tag belts between current champs Kaguma and Hazuki and challenger Starlight Kid and Momo Watanabe, which will be happening at Ryogoku Hall on the 26th. Before the bell rang, Ototai jumped Stars and isolated newly returned Saya Ida. For a large portion of the beginning of the match, Ototai was able to isolate Saya and constantly targeted her previously injured leg. It wasn't until Saida was able to get a chop on Momo Watanabe that she could tag out. The action in this match was pretty non-stop after this. Lots of combo moves by both teams, run-ins to help the teammates. There was a fun spot where all of Stars and Ototai were in the ring, and Stars did synchronized drop kicks followed by boot scrapes and kick throughs onto Ototai. It looked fun and cool. Also, Kaguma hit a cutter on Starlight Kid from the top corner, which surprised me. The end of the match saw sisters Hanan and Rina in the ring, and hitting each other with their most powerful moves, but the pin attempts kept getting broken up. Odotai was able to clear the ring of Stars members, and that gave Rina the chance to hit a move I don't remember from her before, the Pink Devil for the pinfall victory. Hanan has been eating a lot of pins recently. I wonder if they're trying to tell the story that she loses a lot but wins big matches? We will see if she can defend her future Stardom belt later in the month. If the previous match was fun and action-packed, this next one could be called methodical and stiff. It was a special tag match between Donald Del Mondo members, Julia and Tekla on one team, Shuri and Mirai on the other. This match is the last time Julia and Shuri will be on opposite sides of the ring until their World of Stardom Red Belt match on the 26th. Julia and Shuri started for their teams and were very cautious, slowly feeling each other out with mat work, and both tagged out after a bit. This match was a slow build. Both teams were evenly matched. No one got the advantage for long. At around the final 5-minute mark, the match went up a level. After Shuri and Julia traded suplexes and kicks to the head, both were down and slowly got back to their feet. It was then they started trading slaps for a long time, and a Julia headbutt stopped it. As time counted down, Julia hit the Michinoku driver, but it was too late. Time limit draw. After the bell, Risa Serra from Prominence came to the ring. Risa Serra wants Shuri to beat Julia on the 26th, so she can face Julia on the 27th and go for Shuri's red belt after that. This made Julia angry and she slapped Risa Serra and accused Shuri of colluding with Prominence and left the ring. Shuri was annoyed that Prominence came to the ring after her match, but said she plans to keep the red belt and will defend it against Risa Serra in the future. That leaves us with the main event, an Artist of Stardom Trios Championship match between current champs from Donald Del Mondo, Natsupoi, Himeka, and Maika versus challengers from Queen's Quest, Utami Hayashishita, Sai Kamatani, and Lady C. This was a very good match, and may have been the best Lady C performance to date. Mai Himepoi did their dance, then the match started with Lady C and Natsupoi in the ring. The tallest member of the roster, Lady C, against one of the shortest, Natsupoi. Natsupoi got on the second rope and asked to do a test of strength, which turned into an arm drag when Lady C got close. Natsupoi was isolated for a large portion of the beginning of the match by Queen's Quest before she was able to tag in a teammate. The match had pretty basic structure. Natsupoi took on the first portion, Himeka the middle, and Maika the end. When Himeka came in, she put on a great feat of strength. Himeka got both Utami Hayashishita and Sai Kamatani on her shoulders in a torture rack, then hitting a Samoa slam on both at the same time. This was very impressive to see. Himeka and Utami also had an extended lariat battle, neither wanting to back down from the other, before they were both brought down. For the back portion of the match, it looked like the current champs may lose. It was Lady C versus Maika, but Utami came into the ring and picked up Maika and set her up for the Magic Killer with Lady C. Sai Kamatani then jumped from the top rope and drop-kicked Maika for a combo drop-kick Magic Killer. Lady C didn't go for the pin right away though, and hit a choke slam before the pin attempt was broken up by Queen's Quest. After Utami Hayashishita and Sai Kamatani were dealt with by a Natsupoi top corner crossbody to the outside, Maika hit a lariat, then Michinoku driver 2 and got the 3 count. Mai Himepoi retained and now have 6 title defenses. After the bell, the team that lost the trios belts to Mai Himepoi, Cosmic Angels, came to the ring to challenge for them. Mai Himepoi agreed, so that will be the next Artist of Stardom Trios title match, Mai Himepoi versus Cosmic Angels. Overall, this was a good show, but the one camera setup wasn't optimal. I liked every match, but I would recommend watching the last 3 matches on the card. The next Stardom show is on March 20th and seems to be headlined by a trios match between Cosmic Angels and Donald Del Mondo. Shuri and Julia will be on the same team, so some drama may happen. This has been the Joshi Wrestling Recap for Stardom March 13th, 2022. Thanks for listening.